Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today I wanted to introduce something that I've made a short time ago, and this is my new oven. Why would wanna need to build an oven in this house? Well, I already talked about survival stoves, but those are more like movable in small places, and yeah, that's the handy bit of it. But I always wanted a stove somewhere outside where it's safe for in case there is no risk to fire hazard towards in my house or towards my house. So I built this in the middle of my garden, and yeah, I made it just out of old B blocks. I think concrete blocks. I think they call it in English. And as you can see, it's not really a beauty, but the thing is, it almost cost nothing. It was easy to make, and it's easy to reuse the blocks when I'm going to need them for some other thing, like repairs on my house, just in case of an emergency. Why? Because these blocks are all not I did not put concrete or how do you say this, cement between those. So these are just heavy enough to stay in their place, that they are not being knocked down by the wind. And I reinforced every crack inside of the chimney and the fireplace with just regular clay that they use for children. So all in all, only the blocks cost me some money, and the rest, yeah, is almost free. I got wood from people that wanted to get rid of it because they worked in their garden, so I take it for free, so it's their loss. The point is, if you're, it's better to have a certain stove in a somewhere central where you can cook, where you can reheat, because and do other things. Because if you can see, this place here is closed off, but it has some chicken wire in it, where I can place my meat that I want to smoke to dry. So that's another benefit of this. This is a barbecue slash oven slash yeah, smoke chamber. So three things in one, and it almost cost nothing. So there are several things you actually need to watch out for. First of all, where do you place the oven? Because to be honest, I was happy that I did not use cement or concrete to make this thing, and I could move it whenever I wanted. Because the first time I put it somewhere here, it was on the opposite side where we are now, and that way the wind just blew the smoke always in my face, and yeah, that was not fun. So that's all the first thing you need to watch out for when you're going to build an oven stove in a central place inside of your garden. The way where you put the opening where you're going to cook, so that you do not get the smoke inside of your face. Second of all is, make sure that the oven is built well. What do I mean by that? It's just like this. These concrete blocks are all placed in such a way that the cracks are minimal, and the leftover cracks that you see, if I can get close enough, you will see in the corners that it's tied enough with clay, and clay will get hard when it's like like you can see now, it's when it gets baked, and that will reinforce it. So even when the wind will blow very hard, it will be harder for the bricks and the concrete blocks to be moved to their places because of the clay that is now baked inside of them. The third thing is, the government cannot say anything to this abomination to say, because it's not as it's not a fixed, how do you say this, a fixed structure inside of my garden. I can pick this out, I can take this off just within a few minutes. So that way I can get a little bit around the law about building plans and all those things that come together with it. So they cannot say anything about it. Another thing is, I put this extra layer of bricks on this side because the wind usually comes from this side, and that way you have also a place where you can reflect heat, because that's the thing that's very useful about this stove. Is it's made out of bricks and blocks and concrete blocks. They will take the heat, and even when the fire is out after in the night, these will give much warmth. So that's another benefit of it. And because it reflects most of the heat back, the thing is the heat will be used efficiently. So what I noticed about this stove after using it a few times is I almost do not get any charcoal of it. It's usually, even the ash is built so efficiently, is being burned so efficiently that it's almost nothing left. So that's a good thing about it. Yet again, be well aware if you're going to cook with oils or something, because if it gets too hot, that might ignite the oil. And be careful, like I did when I tried to deep fry something. I put something into the oil, it went over the edge, it gave literally oil on the fire, and it went all the way, like you can see around here. Another thing is, if you're going to use a structure like this, safety. So always your gloves. And let's see about. Oh, yep, that looks mighty fine. I'm going to put this a little bit around here. Yeah, we're eating beans tonight. Be careful, because even and if you're going to use pots, use iron cast pots. These are more made for withstanding such temperatures, and are very strong and will go a lifetime if you treat them properly, because it's not just boil and let it go. It needs a little bit maintenance, and it will go for a lifetime. So what else can you do? Oh, what I wanted to say is build it a little bit higher than usual, so that the smoke can gather around and be blown away above your head. So that's another thing you need to watch out for. And yeah, why would you have one of these things in your house, in your garden, you would say? Just not only for the barbecue, but so you have a central place where you can cook, where everybody can gather. So it's also a psychologically and bonding thing that you can do if you're going to cook, or at night sit at a campfire with a hot tea or something. So that's something that could be handy in a survival situation when there is a lot of stress. And yeah, these are just the things. This short video with a few tips about how to make a stove like this. So I would say share, like, subscribe, and yeah, if you want to build a stove, I would say look it up, and it's not that difficult, but you need to watch out for the things that I just said. Subscribe, like, and all. If you got any other tips about making stoves, leave them in the comments. And yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.